YouTube and welcome back to my channel today. Today's video is going to be my first update to my 7 Summer Flings challenge, and I should have posted this sooner because there's only a couple more weeks before this challenge wraps up, but I figured better late than never in my opinion. I finished up a couple of the products and I made some great progress on the other ones, so let's just jump in and get started. The first product that I finished up was the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and it looks like this. I picked mine up in the shade Neutralizer, and it does have a foam tip applicator, which in my intro video I told you guys I was probably going to remove, and I did. So I just applied it on my finger and then on underneath my eyes and down the center of my face, and then blended it out with a brush. Now I really like this product. It has a very thin consistency, but even when you blend it out you don't lose the coverage at all. It's medium to buildable, and the Neutralizer shade had a yellow undertone which worked great with my skin's complexion in my undertones. I really did enjoy this. It's the best one that I found from the drugstore thus far, but I'm not going to repurchase it right now because I am currently using an under eye concealer that I've really been loving, and I have a couple other ones in my makeup arsenal, so I'm not in the market at the current moment, but I would highly recommend checking this out if you are looking for an affordable under eye concealer. Now I also use this to brighten underneath like my eyes and then down the center of my face, kind of to like highlight. And what I did notice is that on days when I use this and I would set it with a loose like translucent powder, it did not budge at all. This did not disappear, it did not crease. It just really looked just as good by the end of the day as it did when I first applied it. So this is all gone and I really enjoyed this, so I highly recommend checking this out for you guys. The other item that I finished up was my eyeliner, and it was the Bare Minerals Round the Clock Waterproof Eyeliner, and I believe the shade 2 PM, and literally it's just a little tiny nub now. So I used this, and then the last time I sharpened it, like the littlest tiniest piece fell out. It wasn't even enough for me to use for a full application. And I will say this is a good eyeliner. It's not something that I would ever repurchase because I have a ton of eyeliners and there are other ones made by companies that I find work much better than this one in my opinion, but I did enjoy using this. 2 PM is a gray with like almost a shimmer, but it's not like overly like bold in my opinion. So I used this and it gave me definition. It didn't close off my eyes. It didn't transfer too bad in my opinion, but when I used it on my lower lash line, I would have to take like a small detailer brush and buff it out because it kind of skipped and left like little like it showed my skin in between, and I didn't really like that at all. So this was a good one. This was my last, I think, Bare Minerals eyeliner that I own, and I did like it, but I didn't like it enough to want to go out and purchase it again. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the 2 replacement items that I've been using. I'm not going to actually like really throw them into this project because there's not enough time, but I did want to mention for my under eye concealer, I've been using the Chanel Corrector Perfection in number 20 Beige Ivory, and it looks like this. It's just a doe foot applicator. It's very similar to the NARS one, like application wise and the packaging, but this one is a lot more thin, like consistency wise, and it blends out like a dream. So I've been thoroughly enjoying this. I've gotten my sister Kimberly hooked on this. I've gotten one of my really close friends, Mao, hooked on this. And the reason why I tried this out is because my best friend at work is the Chanel manager, and she raves about this, and I really like the way it looked on her. She wears it in a different shade, but it just looked flawless every time she uses it, so I wanted to check it out, and I've really been enjoying this. And then for my eyeliner, the one that I've been using is a new one. I received this as a like holiday gift from one of my aunts maybe like 2 years ago, and I never really reached for it because I had a ton of other black liners, but this is the Mally Evercolor Starlight Waterproof Liner in the shade Midnight, and it's just a smaller size. And I have been loving this eyeliner. It's what I'm wearing today on my eyes. It glides on, it doesn't transfer. I can use it in my waterline, and to do my wings I actually use a liquid liner because I can't do a wing with a pencil liner no matter how hard I try. I guess I just don't have the technique. I don't know. I just like a really crisp, like detailed wing. So I've been using my Dolly Wing eyeliner in black, and it's just a brush tip. It is absolutely amazing. Mine's kind of drying out at this point, and I feel like I've only had it for like 2 months now, but I really enjoy using this for my wing. It's what I've been using like consistently since I like purchased it. So these two together have been working really well. And now let's move on to the products that I've made some progress on. The first one is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Mattifying Primer. And in my intro I had half, and now I have just this much. I just use it down the center of my face and like around my nose where I tend to get super oily, but the rest of my face has been almost like combination a little bit on the normal side. So I used to use this like pretty much like everywhere besides like right here, but I've only been using it down the center of my face, and I really love this primer. It's one of my absolute favorites at this point, and I want to check out some of the other ones. I just don't know which ones I'm interested in yet because I haven't made my way to Sephora in quite a long time, but I will probably repurchase one of these. I really love the Hourglass primer. That's like hands down my favorite holy grail, but this one has been working really well, and it does keep me matte throughout the day. That's what I've been enjoying because I've tried so many mattifying primers, and most of the time it keeps down my shine for a little bit, but then I still look oily like by the end of my shift at work. But this one actually really does work. So, and then the next product is the Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights Face Illuminator. And I didn't mark this, but I've been using this every single day. So I definitely know that there's progress, that I've made tons of progress with this product. There is 1 fluid ounce, and you guys know that I was mentioning I probably won't get through this entire thing, but I just love the way it looks. I squeeze a little in with my foundation, and it just gives me a really light, natural, I'm wearing it today, but I also use powder, like blush and bronzer and contour, but this with a little bit of foundation on days like that I don't go to work, it just perfects my skin, and it makes it look super like light and kind of like the no makeup look. So I've really been enjoying this. And now for a product that I'm kind of cheating on. So you guys know that I put in my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup, and it looks like this. As you can tell, I've barely made any progress because I was using this with the Revlon, but then I switched out and I just went back to my Studio Fix Fluid by MAC, which is my holy grail ride or die foundation, and I've really just been enjoying it. It's a foundation that I've been wearing, over a decade, and it's just the one I always like revert back to, and I have mine in the shade NC20 right here. So this is what I've been using. I love it. I probably will end up finishing this up by the end of the project, so I think I'm gonna switch, but I'm still gonna use the Estee Lauder when I feel like it. It's just that the Studio Fix is my favorite foundation of all time. Every time I use it, I just feel like my makeup looks flawless, and we are creatures of habit, so I do go back to this like consistently, even when I'm trying to use other base products or like foundations. This is the one I always reach for. So there's barely anything left in this product. I haven't taken a flashlight to see where like I can mark it, but I use this all the time, and I go through these like quite often, maybe like once every 2 months. Now moving on to my bronzer. This is my Physicians Formula Bronze Booster in the shade medium to dark. This is my favorite drugstore concealer. Not concealer, my favorite drugstore bronzer. And this is how much progress I've made. I really love this stuff. I haven't been wearing too much blush lately. I've just been doing foundation, concealer, and then bronzing up my face and putting on a ton of highlighter, as you guys can see. But I use this with my Chanel #1 powder brush, and I just take my powder brush, dip it in, and then it's like bronzing out my whole face, but I do like put a little bit extra in my contour area so that way it defines my cheekbones a bit more. But I have been absolutely loving this bronzer. As you can tell, I've used so much. When I first started using this, it was pretty much brand new, and over the course of less than 2 months, I've used up majority of it. It's even worn down all around the edges. So I do think I'll be able to finish this because I wear this every single day when I wear makeup for the most part. So the last thing I want to mention, because I had previously used up my MAC loose translucent setting powder, I have been using a combination to set my face now, and I use the NYX HD finishing powder, which is a translucent setting powder as well, along with the Bare Minerals all over face color in the shade Secret Radiance. And I will show you what this looks like. So it just has a little bit of like golden shimmer, but not too much. And what I do is I tap out some of this into the cap, and then I tap some of this in the cap, and then I use my Tarte big fluffy brush, and I just kind of blend it together and then set my whole entire face, and it does a fantastic job of setting my face. It adds a little bit of color without like deepening my complexion too much, because I haven't self-tan recently, and I'm pretty much back to my regular summer shade, which is an NC25. During the summertime, of course, I get a little bit more tan, so I'm like a 25 to 30, and then during the winter time, I'm pretty much an NC20. So that is it for all of the items that I have to show you. I haven't been working like super hard on this project. I don't know why. I've just been switching up my makeup a lot recently, but I've been trying to make it a point to use these products on a regular basis, so that way I can either try to hit pan or finish some of them up. I have a ton of makeup, and honestly, I haven't really been purchasing a lot of makeup, which is a good thing, because I mean, the last couple of years, definitely I over purchased a ridiculous amount of makeup. So I've been doing a really good job of this year using up products and not buying too many more. But I feel like with the holiday season coming up in a couple of months, I probably will purchase them, because I like to purchase makeup for like my friends and family for the holidays, and then I always tend to like pick up a couple things for myself as well. But recently I've just been picking up things that I've been running out of, like mascara and just the basic things that I need to replace like as soon as I finish them. So that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, do you want to say hello, please leave them down below. If you did like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. You know I'm not forcing you to, but I really appreciate everyone who has. And I've been replying back to you guys' comments. I do have a swap video in the making, which I'm super excited because it's with someone that I absolutely love watching here on YouTube, and we've been going back and forth, and I think we're gonna be doing it like in the very near future. I'm just super excited and pumped, and I think I want to film another video for you guys today before I have to go to work, since I do have like my hair and my makeup and everything done. I try to film on days that I am going to work, because I work at MAC Cosmetics, so on days that I have to work a shift, I do have like a full face of makeup and my hair done and a cute outfit on. But I don't rarely film on days that I'm not working, which you think I would, but I don't, because on those days I don't wear any makeup. So I would feel like it would be odd filming a beauty video with no makeup, like my hair in a ponytail. I don't know, it's probably not the end of the world, but I like to be dressed up, and I like to like be presentable when I am filming beauty videos. You guys understand where I'm coming from? Maybe? I don't know, maybe not. So that is it for me. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!